Good morning, I'm Lois. Here are your headlines in the East Midlands this Tuesday morning. Police have thanked all involved in the search for a 15-year-old girl from Nottinghamshire who was swept out to sea off the Yorkshire coast. More than £120 million will go towards fixing roads across Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire this year. A disused telephone box in Nottingham has been transformed into a resource hub for rough sleepers. Mansfield Town Football Club will be making some changes to try and keep noise down after concerns were raised by people living near to the stadium. And a Northampton charity which trains assistance dogs is appealing for volunteers to help train their puppies. I'm sure they'll get plenty of volunteers for that. OK, let's take a look at the weather forecast now. Here's Des. Thank you, Des, and that is it from us this morning. I'll hand you back now to Susanna and Ed. Bye-bye. Good morning, I'm Lois. Here are your headlines in the East Midlands. Plans have been submitted to demolish Derby's assembly rooms and create what's being called a landmark development. It would involve replacing. Staff at a mother and baby unit in Nottingham say letters sent from women who've experienced postpartum mental illness have brought hope to their patients. It's part of a new project. An area of Nottinghamshire is set to get another new forest after it was ranked the worst in the region for biodiversity. A charity which looks after 300 miles of canals in the East Midlands says it's looking for volunteers in Northamptonshire. The canal and a retired army officer from Leicester is celebrating his 60th. Best of luck to him on his journey. OK, time for the weather forecast now. Here's Des. Thank you, Des. That's it from us this morning. I'll hand you back now to Susanna and Ed. Bye-bye. Good morning, I'm Lois. Here are your headlines in the East Midlands. The inquest into the death of a Nottinghamshire teenager swept away by a wave in Withensea is due to open later. In other news, taxi drivers in Nottingham could soon be given new training to improve passenger safety in the city. People living in Derbyshire could be paying more council tax from April. It's part of. Leicester is falling behind on the number of over 65s who are vaccinated from the flu compared to the rest of the country. More than 50,000 people visited Derby's Market Hall last month after initial concerns about the venue's popularity since it opened. OK, time for a look at the weather forecast now. Here's Des. Thank you, Des. And that is it from us this morning. I'll hand you back now to Susanna and Richard in London. Bye-bye. Good morning, I'm Lois. Here are your headlines in the East Midlands this Friday morning. Leicestershire Police's investigation into a missing man who was later found dead near Corn is being investigated by the police watchdog. Nearly £3 million will be used to improve the condition, safety and energy efficiency of schools across Nottingham. The City Council has accepted 2 separate grants. A local council election due to take place in our region in May has been cancelled. The election in Another Leicestershire town has thrown its hat in the ring to become the UK's first ever Town of Culture in 2028. Harbour. The Catherine of Aragon Festival kicks off this weekend at Peterborough Cathedral. It's a celebration. In sport, Nottingham Forest suffered a blow in the Europa League last night when they lost 1-0 to Braga. 0-0. All right, that's your news and your travel time. For the weather forecast now, here's Des. Thank you, Des. And that is it from us this morning. There is more throughout the day on our website. That's itv.com/central. I'll hand you back now to Kate and Ranvir in London. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.